It's our bowling team.
Bowling night.
What's 5?
We have to be to Lakeview Lanes by 7:30.
Varsity manager.
Yeah, right. She's a scorekeeper.
Just waiting for the beer train. Yeah. Glad you didn't say that on TV.
2004 calendar. 2003 calendar.
Okay, we'll call the meeting to order. Would everyone please rise and salute the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can we have roll call?
Counselor Hartranft.
Here.
Counselor Conley.
Here.
Counselor Lockwood. Here. Counselor Sprague.
Here.
Supervisor Lockwood.
Here. Under announcements and communications, the town offices will be closed at 12 p.m. December 24th and will reopen December 29th at 9 a.m. Merry Christmas. Town offices will be closed at 12 p.m. December 31st and will reopen January 5th at 9 a.m. And that's a Happy New Year, I guess. We're going to committee reports. The assessor, keep it short.
The town received their notice of annual reassessment aid for the 13-920, and that's for maintaining the equalization rate for the municipality. And I'm looking to, of course, maintain that level of 100% for the oncoming years so that we can keep getting those monies. We're looking, of course, at building permits currently, getting those improvements. The current works for 2004 trend, in which I just got today, they have an estimate of a 4% increase for residential, 4% for vacant, and 2% commercial. And that kind of pretty much is what I'm finding in my model predictions too. So to maintain the level of equalization, it doesn't come without a little pain. So I will be, again, as I said, I'll be looking at properties again this year.
Building inspector?
I have that. John Ryan. Manufactured homes, one, fee of $118. Accessory buildings, one, $82. One deck for $35. A total of 3 issued for $235. Inspections, building code was 28, zoning was 8. And violations, 2. Certificate of occupancies, 5. And certificate of compliance is 3. And the grand total was $235 for the month.
Dennis, I just want to mention, I found out last night, I guess he's out of town, he's had a death in the family or an illness or something, so that's why he's not here tonight.
Okay, dog control?
I have that. For the month of November, 15 calls received, 10 dogs housed at the kennel this month, 3 dogs at the kennel this meeting date, 2 dogs adopted, 21 dogs redeemed, 1 dog euthanized, 5 dogs reported lost. What's that?
1 dog.
Oh, it looks like a 2, but maybe it is. Oh, I see. It's a 0 with a slash through it. That's what I had. 1 dog redeemed then, right? 1 dog euthanized, 5 dogs reported lost, no dog bites reported, 230 miles total traveled this month, 3 appearance tickets issued, and they got all the new doors of the repairs at the kennels, and repairs are needed at on the sinks, it looks like. That's submitted by Deborah A. Jack, Assistant Volney Control Officer.
Highway?
Expenses for November 2003. Supplies and maintenance, $25,437.60. Payroll, $21,084.24. For a total of $46,521.84. We're being reimbursed by the county for plowing roads, $749.89. The payroll hours are as follows: 379 hours on machinery repair, 131 hours on tree work, 102 hours on plowing and sanding, 36 hours on beaver dams, 56 hours on hauling, 32 hours on signs and guide rails, 92 hours on drainage and culvert work, for a total of 828 hours. For the month of November, we used 243 gallons of gas, 742 gallons of diesel fuel.
Historian?
Pardon me. This past year has been rather busy for the Volney historian, along with the normal mandated duties having to do with the present-day operation of the office. I have tried to assist other organizations with their programs, as befits our town because of our proximity. Some of these endeavors include the Fulton Canal Heritage Days, Voorhees Park Restoration Committee, Freedom Trail Commission, the Joyce McDonald and other Cancer Memorial, and the Volney Center and Hubbard School reunions, besides speaking at several family reunions. I have also managed to continue the Volney History Forums initiated 3 years ago, and wish once again to be at it early next month. In addition, some of my favorite tasks are the search and recognition for veterans locally going back to the War of the Revolution, plus the dozens of local family genealogies that I help research. And many best wishes for the upcoming holidays and the New Year. Thank you.
Okay, planning?
Planning board held its monthly meeting on 12/3/03 at 7 o'clock. One application was received for review. Mr. Richard Sherman Jr. requested a minor subdivision on a piece of property located at 3013 County Route 176. After careful review and all questions being answered by Mr. Sherman, his application was approved. Our next meeting is January 7th, 04 at 7 o'clock.
Recreation?
I have that. December 2003, the trip to the Swiggle Cinema went well. 26 people saw Looney Tunes back in action, and each had a small popcorn and a small soda. The next scheduled event is a snowmobile safety course, January 17th and 18th, tentatively. It was a great year. Thank you, Karen A. Kyer, Recreation Director.
Town clerk?
And 21 certified copies for $210. Town hall donation, $60. There was one adoption for $32, dog adoption, one redemption for $47, for a total of $79. 92 dog license we issued at $457.90. 3 marriage licenses, $52.50. 2 building permits, $200. 3 home occupations for $60. 2 zoning books for $20. The total revenue was $1,529. We paid out $389.60. The total town revenue, $1,139.40. I did 15 notaries. We sent out 24 postcards and made 34 phone calls to delinquent dog owners. Not many responses until appearance tickets are issued, and then they have a myriad of excuses for the judges. So we don't really, until we get the appearance tickets, we don't really hear a lot from them. We give them every chance to do it. Hate to do the appearance tickets, but I don't know what else to do.
Zoning?
I have that. The Zoning Board of Appeals held their regular meeting on Wednesday, December 10th at 7 p.m. There was no business on the agenda. They talked about the light that is supposed to be placed on the tower, that's the water tower next to the tower over at the hospital. Both Michelle Parrish and Gary Richardson called about the light and was told it would be taken care of, and nothing has been done to this date. We are asking the code enforcement officer as a board to handle this matter and send a summons to them. We feel the ZBA has done all it can do and ask that the CEO address this matter. The next order of business was that Jim Hidman's hours and days off have been changed starting in January. So he can continue to make the meetings, we have decided to change our meeting date to the first Monday of each month at 7 p.m. This change will begin January 5th, 2004. The ZBA would like to take this opportunity to wish everyone a happy and safe holiday season. Respectfully submitted, Michelle Parrish, chairperson for the ZBA.
We'll bring this in under, keep it under committee reports, introduce
Either old business, new business.
Whichever.
You want to do it.
Matthew Hill, Matt Hill, whatever.
Yeah,
Let's see.
you're the man.
I came here close to 2 years ago. Work, asked permission if I could design the flag for the town of Volney. It's taken me a while, but it's finished. I've gone before a few times, and that's it. So we all like, yeah, that's just a large one.
Thank you.
I want to say thank you for letting me design this flag. It was a lot more work, and I thought it was more difficult than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a cakewalk and walking in, you know, you could just make something real quick, but that wasn't the case. Yeah.
How are you gonna get the flag?
What?
What are you gonna do with the flag now?
Um,
You gotta design it.
Just took a while, okay.
I've gone to Fulton Screen Printing, and I've talked to them about the making of a flag and the cost and all that excellent stuff. They said it can cost anywhere between $100 to $250, $300. Really depends on how we want this made. We have this two-sided, because on the flag there's the green Volney would show up on the other side, so that you have to have a sheet or something in between. And here they have to have it sent out to have made just because they don't have the equipment to make a flag this big. I also had the idea to make it on a vinyl, on a piece of vinyl that, as Barb said, that we go through like 2 or 3 flags in a year because of the wind, and yeah. And if you made out of vinyl, you can just hang it up here in the courtroom, and it'll look nice. It'd be a lot cheaper too. My next door neighbor, Bill Fisher, he makes flags, banners and stickers and stuff like that. I need to talk to him about pricing and stuff like that, and then I'm going to talk to Mr. Rose over at Signs, yada yada yada, something like that, over in like downtown Fulton, about pricing and what it would be like to have a flag made or on vinyl, or if he was able to make a flag. that's still production, but for my Eagle project, my plan, you could say, was to design the flag. I'm still going to do what I can to have this made and flown ASAP. But, yep, thanks. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other old business? New business? Petitions? Okay, we'll go into our resolutions.
Resolution 2003-115, approval of minutes. Move to approve the 3 public hearings and regular meeting minutes of November 13th, 2003, having been previously distributed to the board for review without reading them aloud.
I'll second it.
Counselor Hartranft?
Yes.
Counselor Conley?
Yes.
Counselor Lockwood?
Yes.
Counselor Sprague?
Yes.
Supervisor Lockwood?
Yes.
The motion is carried 5-0.
Resolution 2003-116, transfer of funds. Move to authorize the supervisor to instruct the bookkeeper to transfer the following funds. From A 1990.4 contingency to A 1620.1, buildings and grounds personal services, $1,406.78. From A 1620.2, buildings and grounds equipment, to A 1620.4, buildings and grounds contractual, $500. From A 1990.4 contingency to A 1620.4, buildings and grounds contractual, $1,500. From A 1990.4 contingency to A 8020.1, planning board personal services, $304.04. From A 1990.4 contingency to A 7550.4, celebrations, $1,056.87. Celebrations, what's that? What's that? Celebration.
You want to celebrate?
I want to celebrate? I don't know. From DA 5130.2 machinery equipment to DA 5130.4 machinery contractual, $1,193.96. From DA 9060.8 Blue Cross Blue Shield to DA 9010.8 state retirement, $15,055. From DA 9050.8 unemployment insurance to DA 9030.8 Social Security, $1,000.
I'll second it.
Counselor Hartranft?
Yes.
Counselor Conley?
Yes.
Counselor Lockwood?
Yes.
Counselor Sprague?
Yes.
Supervisor Lockwood?
Yes.
Motion is carried 5-0.
Resolution 2003-117, payment of vouchers. Move to authorize the supervisor to instruct the bookkeeper to pay the following vouchers from the appropriate accounts. Vouchers 301 through 333 in the general fund in the amount of $60,030.74. Vouchers 232 to 248 highway fund in the amount of $25,437.60. Vouchers 17 and 18 Seneca Hill Sewer in the amount of $195.28. Vouchers 15 and 16 Oswego Healthcare Water in the amount of $196.06. And voucher 4 Oswego Healthcare Extension number 1 Bundyville in the amount of $1,034.46 as shown on abstracts 12 for December.
I'll second it.
Counselor Hartranft?
Yes.
Counselor Conley?
Yes.
Counselor Lockwood?
Yes.
Counselor Sprague?
Yes.
Supervisor Lockwood?
Yes.
The motion is carried 5-0.
Resolution 2003-118, authorization to appoint Hitchcock and Barkley LLPs as bond counsel Move to appoint Hitchcock and Barkley LLP as bond counsel for the Town of Volney's Airport Water District as printed in resolution prepared by Stelter, Caracoli, and Associates, PLLC, and printed below. Do I need to read that next one? Because that's all part of the other thing. At a regular meeting of the Town Board for the Town of Volney held on the 11th day of December 2003 at 7 p.m. at the Volney Town Hall, 1445 County Route 6, Fulton, New York, 13069, be it resolved as follows.
I'll second it.
Okay, Counselor Harris,
Yes.
Counselor Connors,
Yes.
Counselor Lockley,
Yes.
Counselor Spray,
I have a question.
yes.
Why wasn't the Cider law firm to do this? Is it because Hitchcock has done more on the?
They suggested, they're not bond counsel.
They're not bond counsel.
They what?
They're not, Cider Law Firm's not bond counsel.
Okay, that's why the.
So we had to get a bond counsel.
I see.
And
Okay.
they suggested Hiscock and Bach.
Okay,
and
I
Barclay.
see. All right, thank you. Yes.
Okay. Supervisor Myers. Dennis?
Yes.
Motion is carried 5-0.
Resolution 2003-119, Comprehensive Minority and Women's Business Equal Employment Opportunity Program Work Plan. Resolved that the Town of Volney, as a recipient of Drinking Water State Revolving Fund financing for constructing the Volney Airport Water District System improvements, acknowledges its obligations under New York State Executive Law, Article 15-A, to commit to a comprehensive minority and women's business equal employment opportunity program work plan. Resolved under the MWBE EEO work plan, the Town of Volney assures the meaningful participation of minority and women's business enterprises in contracting and services, and the meaningful participation of minorities and women in the workforce on activities financed by the DWSRF program for this construction project. Resolved that the Town of Volney state and adopt the MWBE EEO program policy statement as stated in the NWYS DWSRF MWBE EEO work plan. You did this on purpose, didn't you? Resolved that the MVE WBE EEO utilization percentages shall be in accordance with those identified in the NYS DWSRF MWBE EEO work plan. Resolved that for administering this policy, Barbara A. McEwen, Town Clerk, be appointed Minority Business Officer. Resolved that Dennis Lockwood, Town Supervisor, is authorized to sign the MWBE EEO program work plan on behalf of the Town of Volney for inclusion in the DWSRF funding application for the Volney Airport Water District System improvements. I'll move it.
I'll second it.
If anybody really wants to know what this is all about, to get the grant that we're getting from, well, it's a low-interest loan actually from this drinking water revolving fund, which is a DWSRF. We have to show that we are putting out bids for minorities. We have to have so many minorities, and this is the plan that we have to go by. And we have to keep I have to keep a record of who applies, you know, and if they don't apply, I have to, the engineer and I guess we gotta get together and go out and find these minorities, because to get the grant, we have to have minorities, women, and, but they haven't defined for their minorities yet, so I'm not sure who are minorities, but I guess that'll come later. So Kevin moved it, who seconded it?
I did.
Thank you.
A woman.
A woman.
See, it's working already.
I got your minority.
We're gonna get Virginia a shovel.
Counselor Hartwell,
Yes.
Counselor Conley,
Yes.
Counselor Lockwood,
Yes.
Counselor Sprague.
Okay.
How do you spell that? Supervisor Lockwood.
Yes.
Okay, the motion is carried 5-0.
Resolution 2003-120, authorizing DWSRF application and agreement. Move to authorize the supervisor to execute and file an application and deliver an agreement setting forth the terms of the project financing and other documents necessary for DWSRF assistance. Complete resolution is printed below. I'll move it.
I'll second it.
And this again, if they read it, you wouldn't understand it. It's all legal jargon. I typed it all in the note. It's all this legal jargon, and I didn't understand it, and you probably wouldn't either. But that again, that's part of the grant.
What makes New York great? Lots of legal jargon.
Yeah. I mean, we could have Greg read it.
You'd like that.
He'd like that, yeah. Okay, Counselor Hartman,
Yes.
Counselor Conley,
Yes.
Counselor Lockwood,
Yes.
Counselor Sprague,
Yes.
Supervisor Lockwood.
Yes.
Okay, the motion is carried 5-0.
Should we be doing a resolution accepting this as our town flag?
We should do that. That would be good.
We'll just
This-
make one up quick, right? Okay, resolution number 2003-121. This would be, yeah, 121. Move to authorize the town board to accept the flag as presented by Matthew Hill. And I'll move it.
I'll second it.
I don't have it written down here, I'm just gonna make it up.
Should we put in there about his project for the, you're doing it for your Eagle Scout project? Yeah, that was performed for your Eagle Scout project. We put that in. Is that all right, Dennis?
So we're going to accept the design for the flag, right?
From Brian Hill, for his Eagle Scout project. You had second yet? I'll second it again.
You second it again?
Did I second it already?
No, Supervisor Lockwood first it,
Okay,
and Mr. Conley
good.
did the second.
Done.
And you all agreed, right?
Yes.
Okay, all ayes.
Dennis, is the board prepared to deal with the assessment board review opening tonight, or is that something we want to wait on, or just get that taken care of tonight, too?
That's up to the board. We have another meeting coming right up.
We do?
The last end of the year, Bill said.
Well, 30th now, right? Was it 29th? It's now the 30th, right?
Yeah.
Change
You want to wait till then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably would work best. That way we have a chance to discuss it. We didn't have very many minutes
Is it
on
the
that.
29th?
30th. I had it 29th, and now it's the 30th.
What do you want to do, 29th or 30th?
Okay, the week of that.
30th is a Tuesday. I think were we gonna change
New
it
Year's
to
Eve.
fortnight?
Yeah, Fortnite was there.
Yeah.
Fortnite's on the 29th,
Fortnight was Monday, so we,
so we're changing it to the 30th, right?
Is that agreeable with everybody?
Agreeable with me.
fine.
30th? As
Yeah.
it is- as it is?
Yeah, Tuesday night.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
I don't go out anyways.
Wednesday's New Year's Eve.
Well, Wednesday's New Year's Eve.
Wednesday is. Is it? Yeah.
Oh, that's
Wednesday's
right,
New Year's Eve.
31st. All right.
And then we'll have a day off, and then we come back on the first.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Is 10 o'clock on the first okay?
Yeah.
Is that okay with everybody?
Anything earlier, so that's fine.
You want it earlier?
6:30 for breakfast.
We could have a breakfast meeting.
Yeah.
With so many motions, you never get a chance to eat. You got
Yeah.
all those motions we got.
We'll have to work on that,
Yeah.
so we won't have to call roll call for each one of those.
10 a.m. I guess, fine.
10
That's
o'clock
fine.
is good.
Okay, public comment? I think most of that's probably in the
Can I
swivel
ask a
tonight.
question why we don't have a resolution about a street light on here? That we talked about the other night?
That's one up above. There's question on whether that should be done.
Why?
Well, are we gonna get in doing it for everybody?
It's
We needed to
if you go,
discuss
if you
it.
go down, well, I make a motion, we go into executive session to
I don't have a
discuss
problem
it.
with that.
Well, I don't know if this is a subject that should be discussed in executive session. If we're going to discuss it out here, right? Is that something that
Well, I
qualifies
don't
for
have a
executive
problem with that
session?
either.
I don't think it should be an executive session.
All right, we have a request for a street light headed on Pierce Drive in front of the Elks Club. If you go down Pierce Drive, we went today to look to see what size it would be. There's no street, so we would have consistency with the street lights down through there. There aren't any on Pierce Drive.
Right.
So the reason, one of the reasons is because of how dark it is, and that's right on, fairly on a little bit of a curve there. And second of all, was because of the entrance to the Elks Club. Now with people pulling in and out, it would light up the entrance to the Elks Club and also light up the road. So they requested a letter in writing if we would add a street light to the town of Volney for Pierce Drive to serve two purposes. One, to light up the road, which doesn't have any lighting, and second of all, it would illuminate the entranceway to the club so people could see in and out, prevent accidents. And I presented to the board Tuesday night. I thought it was,
I think that was my fault because I brought up I think it's a good idea that they have a light there, but I don't see why the town should pay for the light bill.
Well,
it's a
entirely
street light.
also-
It's not going to be facing in their parking lot. It's going to be on the road.
Yeah, but if we
It's a public road.
if we set a precedence for that, are we gonna set a precedence for everybody?
Well, give me an example.
Well, one question I got, though, on the same thing is that I did go down there Tuesday night after the meeting, and, I mean, I'm not necessarily opposed to it, but there are several lights all along that road. The backside of the shopping plaza has lights all along it. There's lights on the building, the Elks building has lights on the building.
There's lights on Raleigh's
And
building,
there's
too.
lights on Raleigh's building, and there's lights on the Oswego County Opportunities. Now, I don't know about when they close up, but, I mean, if we want to do it, that's fine. I think there's probably areas that are darker or that may need them more, but there are some lights down there. The backside of that shopping plaza does have
I
lights.
think you're talking, well, that might not be a bad spot to have a light either, right there in that corner, pulling into that parking plaza with the amount of traffic. Somebody said they counted, they did who was it, when they were paving over there, they counted the traffic there? They did it. There was 1,000 cars that travel in and out of there on a day, so. Raleigh's lit up and they're lit up. If they're a daytime business, you don't have the traffic there at night, so.
Greg, what do you think the expense would be after the light's in? What's the expense per month for the light? What would it be an estimate?
I don't know, for a light for your house on that size, it's usually $20-some. When you go with a pal light, that type of a thing.
What type?
When you go with a pal light, like if you do a pal light for your yard or something like that, it's like $20-some a month, to lease it or whatever.
So you're saying more that it's not so much just to help the Elks, it's there because there's a hazard because of the amount of traffic, and that
There's no lights on that roadway down through there. That's one of the things, but also it's because of the traffic now in and out of there, or in and out of that roadway, or that driveway onto that road. So,
As far as those lights being on at night, I know that all those lights, the Oswego County, the Border Patrol, Raleigh, and the Elks are on all night. I know they are, because I went through there at different times, early in the morning there, due to work, just because of work. I'm not working.
I'd like to take another look at it. Maybe we can just, let's put that on the agenda for the 30th, and let's deal with it one way or the other on the 30th. Is that okay?
That's fine.
I don't care.
So
I
let's
don't
make
care
it a
what goes
point
up there. I mean,
so let's make it a point, we do put it on the agenda for the 30th, so we do deal with it one way or the other on the 30th, and not just put this off.
we can deal with it now if you want. I don't think really anybody's got it, is against it going up there.
No, I don't have a problem with it going up.
It's a monthly charge that I would have a concern about.
I think the
it's a
one,
vacant building, they come out there, they're paying taxes, and they request to have the roadway lit up. I don't, do whatever you want. And, you know, we go buy $200,000 trucks and don't think anything of it, and we're worried about a $20 light, whatever.
No, I think we're gonna deal with it, we'll deal with it on the 30th.
Forget it.
We'll take care of it.
Let's go.
Future meetings, December 30th will be our end of the year bill signing, that's at 6:30 p.m. And there'll also be a general meeting on that date too, right?
okay,
Immediately following. Our organizational meeting is January 1st, and that's at 10 a.m. January 5th would be our next zoning board. January 6th would be our next regular bill signing agenda. January 7th would be the next planning board, and January 8th would be the next town board meeting.
Dennis, should you speak about the issue that you were telling us about regarding the county possibly changing how the community college tuition is handled?
I haven't brought it up yet, because we don't know for sure, because that's what they're gonna do. It probably sounds like they're gonna.
And the impact it could have on the
If we
town?
get hit with 100% of it, which I don't think they're gonna do this year, I mean, the Volney's cost to that would be $163,971. That's just about, would put us in a situation where we'd have to double what the general fund has for a tax rate right now, by just them sending us back that one item.
That's what the community council says?
Yes, it's community college tuition.
Is
See,
that based on population, or is that based on the percentage of people in the town that are going through the college?
I think it would have to be based on the percentage of people going to the college, because these numbers are very considerably down through here. Of course, we won't know until probably tomorrow if they did that, but we're without a doubt are gonna get nailed with some of it. I felt bad, I received this yesterday, you know, and Barb knew when I came in yesterday morning, I was a little hostile, right? Over this. You know, our budgets are done. You know, I think the county could have had the decency to tell us this for sure, that this was coming down, you know, not as rumor, well, they might do this, they might do that, you know. And instead, I think we're probably gonna find out tomorrow, or whenever I think they're actually gonna vote tonight, right? I know a lot of other towns are upset over it. I mean, even the cities. I mean, the city of Fulton would be looking for $318,000. City of Oswego would be $401,000. I mean, those are naturally the larger populations, but, you know, I don't want to get into the rest of it. There may be some legal things here that I would question how they anticipated us paying that, but I think that's a legal matter that I'll take up with an attorney before I talk about that.
Well, I think one of the issues that the county's complaining about is they have mandates that they don't have any control over, that they have to pay for, that the state's basically handed them down some mandates that they have to take care of, and that's what's causing them all these problems. I don't know if the answer to that problem is then to just hand that mandate on down to a lower level of government. If that doesn't solve the problem, all that does is pass it on down to somebody else, so. taxpayer doesn't benefit at all under those
Here's
circumstances.
the bottom end of the food chains.
Yeah.
That's the way it's coming. And I tell you that anything, all the stuff that we're doing is all with the bottom end of the food chain, so we're going to continue to see increase.
The county has the ability to negotiate pilot agreements for businesses that might want to do business in the town of Volney. They have the ability to, negotiate the pilot agreement for, that would prevent the town from collecting any type of taxes, and then pass from the county to the town items such as that. Well, I mean, what's our option?
I don't think we have one. You know, I'm not even sure we'll know who's receiving these funds. I would think they'd have to give us a list of at least the people that we were funding, you know?
I think if you look at
I
it,
think it's still too early in this to really know what's coming down. I mean,
you look at it from the perspective that the average student tuition, I believe, if you're going to a state university, your tuition, I believe, is about $4,000 for a full-time student for a year or something like that? Is it what? Yeah. Well, you take the total amount of money they're talking about the town's having to fork up here, it's what, how many thousands of dollars is that?
for us,
Well, just the total at the bottom of the page.
$2,492,000.
Divide that by the average tuition, and look at how many students you're talking about. I doubt very much there's just that many students going to the community college out of this county. The numbers don't make sense to me, so I don't know what it's working out. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I think we ought to make a mention about Sandy's embroidery before we go. Sandy donated the shirts to the town board. Sandy Baumgren, she lives at 189 Weller Road. It's Sandy's embroidery. She just donated to us for some Christmas gifts and does a nice job. And if anybody's interested with jackets or hats or anything, we'll give her a little plug. Sandy Baumgren, and phone number is 598-1653. Thank you.
Who made the motion?
I made a motion to adjourn.
Counselor Brad?
Yes.
Counselor Thomas?
Yes.
Counselor Lockwood?
Yes.
Counselor Craig?
Yes, and I'd like to wish everyone happy holidays.
Supervisor Lockwood?
Yes.